Hey BC, what's up? It's me, yours truly. I am back to post a quick video here. Just kind of a quick thread I was going to throw out there. Probably one that's already been done, and if so, I missed it. So forgive me for duplicating it if that's the case. But over the past month or two, I guess it's been a little while now actually, there's been one kind of going around of people doing their top 10 or top 20 most valuable albums on Discogs, which was really fun to do, and it was very fun to watch everyone else's videos on those. And then Aaron, just a couple of days ago, he did one of like your super grails, stuff that you just like the term says, like super grail. And actually, the very last video I did, one right before this on my channel, was my response to that. So go check that out. You'll also be able to get right to Aaron's video and channel off of that video. And so I was just kind of sitting here thinking, just kind of, playing through my collection and all of that. And I thought, I wonder what my top 10 albums would be in terms of all albums that I paid $10 or less for. So just kind of like you see the title, 10 under 10. So my top 10 most valuable albums according to Discogs that I paid $10 or less for. Albums that I actually bought out of a store or bought online, nothing that, no VCLT or something you got as a gift, so you consider it free or that type of thing. But albums that you went in and paid for, $10 or less. What are your top 10? So let's just kind of jump right into it. Try to keep this video a little short. But you know how I get when I start talking about music. Number 10 on the list. I try to keep it at an angle so the light doesn't change too much. Eric Johnson, this is his 1990 release. Fantastic album, amazing guitar player. I mean, just absolutely legendary. And this of course has a song Cliffs of Dover on it, which was the first song I'd ever heard discovered by him. So all things Eric Johnson for me started with that one particular track, and just a really, really great album. And so this, Discogs wise, again, number 10 on the list, $50 median, $77 on the higher side as far as what it's sold for. And I paid, actually, as you see right there, $6 for that. And actually, if I remember correctly, I got this on a day, actually sometimes he does it for a month, where he has 50% off all of his used stuff. So if I remember correctly, I think I actually paid $3 for this album when I got it. So fantastic pickup there. Number 9, counting it down, is going to be the one and only Lee Morgan. And this is Gigolo. Lee Morgan, another legendary, trumpet player. Life was definitely well too short. I mean, he left good music behind, but if you've ever seen his documentary, or if you haven't seen the documentary, it's something Morgan, like I Morgan or something like that. But kind of a nice story about his life, which was short, which was, tough, ended tragically, the whole nine. But he was just one of those geniuses that I think like when he was 15 or 16, he was playing with Miles Davis or something like that. Like he was hanging with all the big boys of jazz, just a genius. But again, I won't give away kind of his life story in case you want to watch the documentary. But anyway, this is the Gigolo. Came out in 1965. This is a 1968 US pressing. A little bit more aware than I normally keep within my albums, but this is a fantastic album, and being such an early pressing, I definitely want to kind of keep it, so did not purge that one. But Morgan, median, going for about 54. There was one that sold for 325 on the high side. It was some Liberty label thing, so it's kind of a freak one. Typically on the high side, they're at about the $60 mark, maybe 70, something like that. So yes, I'll say 54 and maybe 70. And I paid $1 for that bad boy right there. I think I actually found this one in a dollar bin. So great early pressing of the one and only Lee Morgan, featuring Higgins on drums and Shorter on sax. And so again, just all the geniuses that did everything on Blue Note. Number 8, which is actually going to be what's playing in the background right here, which is Allison, Afterglow. This is from 1999, I believe. Yeah, 1999. You can kind of hear what she sounds like. You know, kind of a pop. I wouldn't say alternative, but just you know, kind of a pop rock type of thing. But some pretty cool stuff on this album. And this one here with Allison, median price $57. High side they've been going for around $75, and I paid $5 for this one. So another great pickup there. Put that back up there. All right. So moving right along. So we go from the nice sweet Allison to V3, Photograph Burns. And as you can tell by that cover, probably a punk album, right? You'd be correct. Nice little pickup. I never really heard of this band and saw this, you know, in a store one day, and of course with the cover, you're just like, okay, I gotta hear what that's about, because like, and sure enough, it was about exactly what I expected. But this is their 1996 release, and let's see, median price right around $60, 117 on the high side, and I paid $7 for that one. So again, another great pickup. Moving right along, number 6 on the list, which is a fantastic album. Chris Isaak's Heart-Shaped World. I don't even know why I put OG pressing on there, because I don't think they've ever reissued this before, but still. So a very, very nice near mint pressing of that. You know, of course, he had the gigantic hit Wicked Game, which was, you know, which I really didn't like when I was younger. I thought it was kind of like one of the dumbest songs, and the, you know, the video was just kind of all whatever, you know, stupid. Who knew what is he talking about? And then you kind of grow up and you get a little bit of an understanding, and you're like, ah, I don't know what Chris was talking about. But a really cool album to listen to. Just like the album, it's very. And this is not a put down on it, it's actually kind of what makes it what it is. It's very punchy and very choppy, okay? And what I mean by this is just with the way he delivers the songs, and, you know, just the songwriting and everything on it. Like the drums and the guitars and everything are just so separate and clear and distinct. And it's almost like it's one of those easy albums that you can listen to, and if you were trying to learn to play something by ear, you could easily do it, because you can totally hear exactly everything that the drummer is doing, everything that the bass player is doing very distinctly. But yeah, just a lot of heaviness to it as well. I just played it a couple of days ago, and like had like turned my sub down and all of that. So great album, and it just kind of does what it does very well. But anyway, I kind of rambling there a little bit. So that's Chris Isaak's Heart-Shaped World, and you have what, 72 median and about 150 on the high side, and I got this one for $8. That's what I paid for that one. So another great one there. Now we'll move on to number 5, which is Ben Harper and the Criminals, right? And no, I'm sorry, Ben Harper and the Innocent Criminals. I always get confused with all the collabs he does, like it's Ben Harper and what this time? So really cool album from 1999. This is a 2009 press, still sealed actually. I listen to the CD usually when I put this on. I kind of keep it down because it's making the light go adjust there. But yeah, so Ben Harper, it's kind of late to the game in discovering him, you know, but just a really fantastic artist that can really kind of play across almost all type of genres, just very musical. But this album is about $79 on the median side, about 180 on the high side. And so like I said, this is a very nice sealed copy, which is nice. And I paid $7 for that one. So that's another nice pickup. And I'm kind of lucky too, because I have like 5 or 6 really nice Ben Harper pieces in my collection, all of which I've paid, with the exception of one, I think I've paid about $10 or less. there was a store called Hastings that used to be in a town I would go to when I went there to work, and I was, always go through and look at vinyl and all of this. And they would just always have these really insane markdowns on chunks of stuff they were trying to get rid of. And it seemed like Ben Harper always popped up in that markdown. And so stuff that was like $19.99, $29.99, and all of that, it was always $6.99, $4.99, $5.99. I'm like, I don't care who this is. I'm going to check this out, because if it's something good, and if I didn't like it, I figured I could easily sell it and get my $6 back. But that ended up turning me on to him, and I really, really fell in love with him and a lot of his work. So good timing on that one. Number 4 on the list, Mr. Ricky Martin. Livin' La Vida Loca. Of course, was the big hit off of this album, but I think the album was just kind of self-titled. But as you can see, there's a nice sealed copy of that. Ricky doing his Ricky thing. And let's see, these are going for 85 median, about 99 on the high side. And, again, actually, I still have this, excuse me. There we go, price tag on there where I paid, I can't quite get it, so there we go, but $8 on there. Brand new sealed copy for $8. All right, and number 3 on the list will be this one here, which is Korn. And this is their 2007 release. And this is a nice 2007 original pressing, still sealed, which is nice. Definitely a solid Korn album, not my absolute favorite, but usually when I play this, I usually just go to the CDs. I've never felt the need to have to open this one. But yeah, another great album. 96 median, about 124 on the high side. And I got this from a Hot Topic when it was marked down to $7.99. But they used to have some crazy markdowns there. And again, it was one of those lucky timing type of things, because at that time when I was really into vinyl and Hot Topic was just kind of doing, vinyl, they would have the exclusives and stuff like that. And I guess stuff wasn't selling that well because they would mark it down pretty extreme. So there was like Owl City that I got a copy of for less than $10. Panic at Disco, A Fever You Can't Sweat Out, and like the orange vinyl, the Hot Topic exclusive. I remember I got that one for $3.99, and just kind of bought the albums and thought for $3 or $4 I'll check them out. Well, just a few years ago, like I sold the Panic at the Disco for like $250, the Owl City for $225. And I mean, it's just like all of that stuff that I got for pennies back then just shot through the roof. So really good timing, but definitely glad that I kept the Korn. Number 2 on the list would be this one right here, which is Shiny Toy Guns, We Are Pilots. Kind of a, I don't know, poppy tech slash disc. I don't know if that's really kind of the best way to describe it, but kind of a little bit of all those flavors kind of thrown in. But this is their 2006 release. I first discovered this, I'll never forget, it was the first time I ever downloaded iTunes. When that first came out, I got my absolute first iPod when all of that was kind of brand new. And so I'm strolling through, looking at different stuff and sampling different stuff. And I remember seeing this album cover on one of the, in iTunes, and I thought, that's kind of cool. Let me check it out. And heard a couple songs off of there and thought it was amazing. And then luckily, I was out in DC a few months after that, going through some record shops, and I saw that, and I was like, I remember I liked that album. I remember blah, 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 and I picked it up. And I picked it up for only $8, which was kind of nice. So nice copy of that for $8, and glad I did, because today it's going for $115 on the median and about $249 on the, as far as the highest it's sold for on Discogs. So again, another great pickup for $8. Although I have been thinking lately, I do like the album, I do have it on CD, but I have not spun that in a while, so that might be one that pops up in my next Purge video. I might actually be ready to get rid of that one. But anyway, so topping it off at number 1, according to Discogs, would be Country Joe and the Fish. This is Electric Music for the Mind and Body. Classic, you know, I have in my psychedelic section or whatever, but yeah, great legendary album right there from 1967. And this is a 1967 US mono pressing, which is really cool. So, you know, again, great legendary album. If you're not familiar with that, can't really describe it, just get online, take a listen, and you'll definitely be looking for a copy of it. But yeah, like I said, 67 mono pressing there. And basically, I think there's basically one copy that's sold on Discogs, so the median and the high has been right at $120 is what that's sold for. And I paid, like I marked there, $8 for that one. So again, another really great one there. So anyway, there you go, VC. Just another little fun idea I had to throw out there really quick. That's my 10 under 10. So of course, would definitely love to hear and see what yours are. So if this thread has not been done before and you've not done a response to it, would be very cool to see. And definitely let me know that you put your video up by letting me know down below, and I'll certainly go check it out. All right, thanks for watching as always, and we will talk to you soon.